Hello and hello. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we are playing. What am I doing? We're not playing a thing. We are creating an RPG setting. This whole my take on the 365 dungeon idea, where we are going to write a setting and probably draw some maps instead of just drawing one big map. Doing a little bit every day. And you might also notice that it's been like 6 days since I started this. I was a little bit unwell last week, unfortunately. I had a thing come up the day after I went to start this, and then I was sick after that, unfortunately. So nothing actually happened. However, we're back and I have no idea what I'm doing. So, last time we started setting up a setting, we started with the idea of a sprawling city. Imagine a city like Venice, but with magic. The canals are enchanted to clean themselves, the streetlights are powered by magical energy, and the criminal underworld is ruled by powerful sorcerers. You could play as a detective, a thief, a mage, or a member of the city guard, and your adventures could involve investigating crimes, stealing magical artifacts, or thwarting dark rituals. We went on, decided that the city was built in a river delta on islands in the river delta, and reclaimed land coming off those islands as each island sprawled out. Each island was a district of the city, and it was controlled by a merchant council. Each representative on the council being the merchant lord of a particular district or island. We came up with a number of ideas for districts, which we haven't finished filling out, but we will continue updating this. I had thought that I had put some information for some of these down, but apparently not. I'll have to check the stream to see if I just managed to close without saving or something like that, which is very annoying. We are using ChatGPT for ideas to help us write some stuff. And so I think that the first thing we're going to do this stream is tell it what we're doing again and refresh the prompt. So one of the things with ChatGPT, I've talked about how it works a little bit, in that it goes, given this sequence of words, what is the next word? And it just keeps running like that again and again and again. So the way it does that, it goes, okay, well, this number of words, we've got a number of a token limit, they call it, where it's like 1,000 tokens, which is 1,000 words. And so it basically goes, given these 1,000 words, what is the next word? And so it goes through doing that. And thus, that's why, as you see people using it, it starts to forget things that happened beforehand. Now, I'm not actually sure how many tokens. I'm speaking the English. I can do that. I'm not sure how many tokens we get. March 23rd, which I think is March 14 is when they released GPT 4 to chat. So I think we're still on GPT 3 because I'm not paying. Which means that my token limit is quite a bit smaller. So I've got less going to get it to remember, unfortunately. So the way around that is basically to update it every so often and let it know, just remind it what we're doing. So I'm writing a prompt for that first. Taking this original prompt, we are writing a setting for an RPG. It is a sprawling city. Imagine, yep, we'll keep that. And we'll get rid of this play information. I don't care about that. You can play what you want. Run whatever kind of game you can fit into the setting that you want to fit into the setting as far as I am concerned. So what I want to detail is the setting itself. The city is located in a river delta on the islands that sprawling across the islands and reclaimed land through the channel. Each island is a district of the city, and transport is, and while there are some bridges, transport is mainly by ferry. Located on the river, it is a major trade hub. The city is ruled by a merchant council. Each member of the council is a merchant lord in control of one of the districts. There we go. That's probably a good prompt to remind it what we're doing. And it's doing that thing where I copy stuff in, and it's going to give me a bunch of information which I don't want. It's just giving me ideas I didn't solicit. So I probably should have given it something immediately following that. Some kind of question or something. So let's just move on for a bit and look at what it is we actually want to do. So the first thing is that the town center hasn't been detailed. Actually, I'm going to leave the districts because I can't remember if we've done that yet. So let's have a look at description of criminal activity. This is probably this level heading. So I'm going to copy that back in, actually. Oop, no. It's copied a whole lot of other stuff that we don't want. My spelling is atrocious. I probably don't need to fix it. What are 3 ideas for... give me 3 ideas for crime in the city. And I need to click the button for whatever reason. So this is like, I think it's interpreted this as individual crimes. So, but, yeah, I mean, we can look at this. Magical artifact theft. So theft of goods. We're in a trade city. That makes perfect sense. Assassins being hired by different businesses to deal with rivalries and power struggles. Dark rituals. Let's think about organized crime. There is a crime family. There is at least one crime family. Let's not limit ourselves. How do they operate? And what I should spend less time fixing spelling. And what issues do they have with others, and who do they, and what issues and rivalries? That's what I'm trying to get to. Do they have? Now, this is the real test of how many of that token limit that I was talking about, because it's given me some ideas for a bunch of lords in these quarters. Will it remember any of them and bring them up here? The organized crime family is known as the Black Rose family, and they operate in the shadows of the city. Their power is derived from their control of the magical trade within the city, as well as their ability to provide other illicit services to those who need them. I don't like that. I don't like the idea that they control magical trade, because I feel like I feel like that doesn't work with the rest of the setting, given that we've already decided we've got a university that is training mages, and that magic is a main thing in people's lives in this city. This is a high magic setting. So maybe I need to refine that prompt. But it depends on how much I actually want to use ChatGPT, as well as their ability to provide other illicit services to those who need them. So that's fine. The Black Rose family is led by a mysterious figure known only as the Rose, who is rarely seen in public and is rumored to be an extremely powerful sorcerer. The Black Rose family has several key members who handle different aspects of their operations. For example, there's a master thief who leads the family's operations, a skilled assassin who carries out targeted hits, a powerful enchanter who takes magical items for the family to sell. Each member of the family is fiercely loyal to the Rose, and there's strict hierarchy that all members must adhere to. So that's fairly standard stuff to see in crime stuff. Particularly, this feels a bit romantic, like we're romanticizing the idea, particularly with names like the Rose and the Black Rose family. Next we'll be playing. I can't remember what the game's called now. What was that Green Ronin game that they used the True 20 system for? That Crawford worked on before he went to Wizards. Anyway. As a powerful enchanter, each member of the family is fiercely loyal to the Rose, and there's a strict hierarchy that all members must adhere to. However, there are rivalries and tensions within the Black Rose family. Some members are vying for more power and influence, and there are whispers of secret alliances and betrayal. Additionally, there are other criminal organizations in the city who are vying for control, and the Black Rose family is constantly on guard against political threats. There's also tension between the Black Rose family and the city guard, who are constantly trying to bring the family down and disrupt their operations. Okay, so this is good. So let's take this. We'll copy this in here. How do I copy? I've forgotten how to copy stuff. There we go. Okay, so let's gut this a little bit. Do I want to? I'm really. We'll put a to-do item in here. To do. Keep decision. Keep name Black Rose. Do we want to keep that name? And I think let's put to do love potions. Need to think about morality and law. In the setting. To do decision, keep name Black Rose. So yeah, okay. We'll leave it there for the moment. Their power is derived from their control over the magical trade in the city. Nope. We can probably just keep... That's not what I wanted. I want that. No, I want that. The Black Rose family is led by a mysterious figure known only as the Black Rose, as the Rose who is rarely seen in public and is rumored to be an extremely powerful sorcerer. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The Black Rose family has several key members who handle different aspects of their operation. So let's not for example. There is a master thief who leads the family's theft operations. What are theft operations? What is this? What is theft operations? A skilled assassin who carries out targeted hits. A powerful enchanter who creates magical items for the family to sell. I'm just going to say operations. I don't know that. So actually, there's a question to do. What is the morality of the Black Rose family? Let's actually take this down here as well. Do the Black Rose steal what kind of assassination jobs do they take? Where are the lines? What are the lines? Do they offer protection services? I feel like that's going to be a yes. I feel like that's got to be a yes, that one. The Black Rose family has several key members who handle different spots. There is a master thief who leads the family's operations. I want some names. What are the names of the master thief, the assassin, and the enchanter? I want their names. I think I'm probably just going to take this. The master thief could be named Remy Devereaux. He's a charming and suave thief who is always impeccably dressed and well spoken. He's known for his ability to slip in and out of buildings undetected and for his uncanny ability to pick any lock. The assassin could be named Zara Nightshade. How typical is that name, Nightshade? Whatever. She's a skilled fighter who is deadly with a blade and rumored to have magical abilities that she uses to make herself even more dangerous. She's quiet and reserved, and she doesn't speak much unless she has to. The enchanter could be named Lucian Stone. He's a reclusive figure who spends most of his time in his workshop, where he creates magical items for the Black Rose family. He's rumored to be one of the most powerful enchanters in the city, and his creations are highly sought after. Okay, I think we can work with that. Let's keep those characters. Remy Devereaux, the master thief. Hang on. The Black Rose. The Rose. We've got Zara Nightshade. The Assassin. And we've got Lucian Stone, the Enchanter. And I'm pretty much just going to take those descriptions for the moment. I feel like we'll come back and flesh them out at some point when we look at characters more. But for the moment, I think we're good. Okay, so I like that. However, there are rivalries and tensions within the Black Rose family. I feel like if we're going to say that, we need to put some ideas in there. Some members are vying for more power and influence, and there are whispers of secret alliances and betrayal. Additionally, there are other criminal organizations in the city who are vying for control, and the Black Rose family is constantly on guard for potential threats. Okay. There's also tension between the Black Rose family and the city guard, who are constantly trying to bring the family down and disrupt their operations. So, what's next? I do want to detail. Do we look at some of the interpersonal relationships? I feel like if there's going to be something there, or maybe we have an idea for like internal conflict. Let's have an ideas section. So I think ideas, things a GM can run with. So I think that the idea of having an ideas section, I need a better name for it, is here are some possible plot hooks, plot threads that you can go with. So these are not necessarily truths unless you decide to make them truths in your game. So one, yeah, I thought I'd done that. Hang on, what have I done now? Okay, I think this is fine. Oh, I needed a space after it. That's what's going on. I'm looking at the character going, why isn't it changed? Okay, so things that a GM can run with. No one knows who the Rose is. They may be a powerful lord of one of the districts. They may be any other character. But what's important is that no one knows, not even the key members of the organization. Of the family. We're calling them the family. Not even the key members of the family. They all, each member of the family has different feelings about this. Feelings and ideas about this. Who are our characters? Devereaux wants to know to improve his position. Or keep the peace. He can't. Not knowing, actually, here we go. Not knowing doesn't help him do either. Doesn't help him do either. Do we do this? Nightshade has a purpose, keeping everyone in check. She can't do that if she doesn't know who they are or have a full picture. Stone doesn't care. Maybe he does. Or maybe he does. But never lets on. Maybe one of them might think they can do a better job. And so now, you know, the idea with a section like this is that here are some ideas the GM might want to run with. So that might work. Maybe there's also Stone Maid and Amulet that disappeared as soon as he presented it to the main group. The theft was the thief was obviously in the family. But who? But who would steal from them and why? Devereaux has the master thief who is in charge of operations has a good chance of showing up or being usable in a lot of different ways. They could show up in many an encounter. So let's just say Devereaux can show up in any merchant or trade dealing as he has. Let's go trade or political. Merchant or trade. What am I talking about? Trade or political dealing as he has his hands in many pies. Has his fingers. It's his fingers. Fingers in the pies is the thing, isn't it? How are we going? Okay, so, and I guess the Nightshade. The Nightshade can be employed by most lords. Some might take exception to her methods. However, now Stone. I like this idea of this master enchanter, master crafter working for them and selling things, selling items. Someone the PCs know have bought or have come into possession. How the hell did you spell that word? Whatever. Spell checker will fix that later, I'm sure. Someone the PCs know have come into possession of a powerful magical artifact or item, and but it isn't something that you can easily, not even a powerful, maybe not powerful, just a reasonably mundane magical item. A reasonably mundane magical item, but isn't something that you can easily buy. No one knows quite what it is or what it is for. But the last, but people have started. People have started, but they have noticed that they have been followed on a couple of occasions. So there's an item that has been made. No one knows what it is, where it's come from. And there's some interest that has come. The owner of the item, the holder of the item, has come under scrutiny of some sort. And given that it's in the section about the criminal activity, this should give the idea that they're involved. Do I need to be more explicit? Do I need to explicitly say that the item? I feel I don't want to, because I want to leave that open. I have this idea that things in this section shouldn't be explicit. Like, sometimes you need to be a little bit explicit with, here is an idea and go ahead and change it if you want. But in other times, I'd rather be vague and put the ideas there so that people can go, oh, here is the lines that I'm going to draw, and they might be different to the lines that you're going to draw to this. And something like this, like, who knows where that could go. And that would be very, very interesting thing to explore at the table. If I was running this, I would actually give this scenario to the PCs without a solution and let them explore it, and then from their ideas and from the things that were going on around them in the game. So if they hadn't had any interaction with the criminal, with the Black Rose family, then I might use this to introduce the Black Rose family. And, don't really care. The Black Rose family are looking at this item and it doesn't really matter. Or if they're in deep with the Black Rose family, then maybe that could then be an item that Stone is actually interested in. Or maybe Stone made this item. And so it all sort of depends on the state of play at the table and what the PCs want to do. Because if the PCs have interesting ideas, I'll just take them and let them run with that. I think that is the way to do something like that. And I need a better name for that section. So the next sort of thing here, let's just get rid of that ideas section. So we're going to need to do the city guard. Who polices the city? And I think that this will get its own video. We've got this Black Rose family. So I'm actually reasonably happy with that as it is so far. I feel like we'll do like a light touch on a lot of these different settings and topics, and then come back to them with a fresh mind in another day. But what I want to think about now is this idea of there being other criminal gangs, other criminal entities. I feel like maybe we want to detail one other criminal entity. And I've got this idea of like thugs or ruffians in the city. Sort of mercenary types that are unsavory mercenary types. So let's ask ChatGPT for a faction that opposes that uneasily coexists, I think. Uneasily coexists with the Black Rose family. Let's think about a group of unsavory, a gang of unsavory ruffians and mercenaries. Who are? Let's give me 5 personalities, 3 personalities that would fit into this group, and a brief description of the group itself. Yeah, let's do that. Doing it? It is doing it. A brawler, the fixer, the gunner. Okay. Well, firearms. Are firearms a thing in our setting? So let's read what it said. Sure. Here are 3 personalities that would fit into this group. Brawler. Brawler is a hulking brute of a man, known for his strength and his love of a good fight. He's not the brightest, so he's your typical enforcer. But he's fiercely loyal to the gang and will do whatever it takes to protect his comrades. He's covered in scars and tattoos, and he's always spoiling for a fight. The Fixer. The Fixer is the group's go-to guy for information and connections. He's well connected in the city's criminal underworld and can get his hands on anything for the right price. He's a suave and smooth-talking individual, always dressed in the latest fashions and with a smile on his face. He's also a master negotiator and manipulator. The Gunner. The Gunner is the group's weapons expert, known for his skill with firearms and explosives. He's a grizzled veteran of many battles, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's often quiet and reserved, but he's deadly when provoked. As for the group itself, they're a ragtag band of mercenaries and criminals who operate on the fringes of the city's criminal underworld. They don't have the resources or the connections of the Black Rose family, but they make up for it with their roughness and tenacity. They are known for their willingness to take on any job, no matter how dangerous or illegal, as long as the price is right. They have a reputation for being rough and unpredictable, and they're not afraid to use violence to get what they want. What is the group's name? Give me a name for the group and for the brawler, fixer, and gunner. For the group of unsavory ruffians and mercenaries, how about the Ironclad? It conveys a sense of strength and toughness which fits their rough and tumble nature. As for the names of the brawler, the fixer, and the gunner, Grunt, Stitch, and Blaze. Okay. Do I need to give it like name rules? Why? I love how the thieves have names like this. Like the assassin. The assassin is a very typical assassin's name. I'm not familiar with French names, so I wonder if there's any meaning behind this one, or how generic is it. Lucian Stone sounds a little bit generic as well, but matches the Enchanter. And then for here, Brawler, Fixer. Brawler is Grunt, Fixer is Stitch, and Gunner is Blaze. Like, we've got code names or call signs as opposed to names for these people. So I think that what we do with this, we turn this into the Black Rose family as a section. I don't know, that's fine. Criminal activity. And then we've got characters in the Black Rose family. Hang on. What am I doing? Moving things around like this. Characters, here we go. Ideas. Let's put those in the section now so I can just hide the Black Rose family. And let's take this idea for the, I don't know. Yeah, the Ironclad, that's fine. So the Ironclad are a ragtag band of mercenaries. A ragtag band of mercenaries and criminals. Yep. I think this is fine. And then we're going to go characters. Let's put in... Now, I don't like these names. I don't like just having call signs. Not for this setting. But can you give Grunt, Stitch, and Blaze human names in the format of first given name, code name, nickname, surname, cool. Let's just take those, I think. Marcus, Lydia, Vincent, and it's Jackson, Chen, Alvarez. So unless we suddenly get the idea that we want to have like particular kinds of names, I think we can just run with those. And we can take these as a base. Brawler is a hulking brute of a man, known for his strength and his love of a good fight. He's not the brightest, but he's fiercely loyal. Yeah, so we can take that. The Fixer. The Fixer is the group's go-to guy for information connections. He's well connected. It's now she. She is well connected now to the city's criminal underworld and can get her. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh God. She's a suave and smooth-talking individual, always dressed in the latest fashions with a smile on her face. She's also a master of negotiation and manipulation. And the gunner is the group's weapons expert. So what does that mean? I like explosives. But to do firearms? There's a question we have to answer. So let's also go to do technology. Firearms. That's a question we want to think about. Where are we going with technology? So I feel like a lot of this stuff is going to answer itself as we go. Like we've already got this idea of clockwork machines and automata, which I think I like. I'm not sure how heavy I want to lean into automata. But it's automata, isn't it? As an automata, it's all Yoko Taro's fault. Let's blame him. Yeah, I'm not sure where I want to go with some of these things, but I think we've got this good base here. And yeah, no, I'm getting confused and just jumping all over the place. The idea for some of these ideas for technology and stuff, that's just going to come out as we're going through. Here we've got this idea of, oh, okay, there's a question. Do we have firearms? I think we definitely do have explosives, but do we have firearms? And that stuff will start coming out as we move through the setting. So at this point, I think it's time to leave it there. We've got two groups that you can use in your game for criminal activity, or the bases, the bare bones around them, and some ideas on how to use one of them, which we'll be able to get it further into later when we come back and detail them further. So I'm pretty happy with where we've gotten to for today. Hopefully I'll get back on tomorrow and we'll do it again. See how I'm feeling. Hopefully I am all over that stuff. If you're enjoying this kind of thing and you want to support me, head over to Patreon. The link should be in the description. If it's not, I'm going to go put it there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.